The decisions and actions we make today will shape the future of a more equitable Greater Atlanta. Join United Way of Greater Atlanta as we continue to address racial inequity and prioritize hope, care, and healing for our neighbors, regardless of race and zip code. We're making a promise to invest in the potential of children, families, and communities across Greater Atlanta. Join us today to make that promise powerful.
I think Atlanta for me is a place where dreams are born. It's a place where we have opportunity to see who we are, who we could be, and become that.
Atlanta means home. It means diversity and representation. It means endless opportunities for people who look like me, people who don't look like me.
It's a place where I want to lay roots at, and it's very historical, which means a lot to me. I see where it's been, I see where it's going, and I want to be a part of it.
Racial equity, what it means to me, is that every generation after myself will have an opportunity to not struggle, but would also have the same opportunity as anyone from any type of income or background.
A person shouldn't experience any of society's burdens or benefits just based on the color of their skin. For me, that specifically means that we're all treated with fairness, but also acknowledging that we have our differences.
Equality means to treat people or your toys with equal respect.
Racial equity to me means that the playing field is level. To me, that means that we need to determine where the inequities are and how do we then make changes.
Racial equity to me means that we're gonna take restorative measures to be able to create opportunities for racial minorities. For me personally, I've gone through it myself, coming over from Puerto Rico, stateside, and understanding even the immigrant experience of what it's like to feel like I don't belong here.
My definition of racial equity is a fair chance. I think it's an aspect for me is I only ask for a chance. I ask for a chance to be seen, to be valued, to be heard, and I think that's all I've ever wanted.
So the first thing that needs to happen is conversation, good, bad, and ugly. One of the things that I think that needs to happen more often than not is conversations not about what has happened, but what is happening right now.
We have to acknowledge that there are individuals who they don't have the same experiences that we've had, and they haven't been able to truly show up. After acknowledgement, I think it's very important that we listen. I think listening is a key skill. Right now we're in a culture that loves to respond, and we don't hear the question. And if you don't hear the question, you don't hear the heart. And for us truly to heal, we have to get to the heart.
And in order to thrive, it means to acknowledge and include all voices and perspectives. We can't thrive when there's just a part of our region that's successful and holding a blind eye to those who are still struggling due to the disparities that exist.
My hope for the future of the Greater Atlanta is that Atlanta is a prosperous city that anyone can take advantage of, that anyone can dream about, that anyone can look to succeed and really feel like they're capable and able and have the resources necessary to succeed.
Because we love the city and we want it to be better, and we want it to be better for future generations.
I think that the only thing that this city is missing is the resources to match the potential, because the people have the character, they have the drive, they have the passion, but the infrastructure doesn't necessarily accommodate for that in all cases. And I think that Atlanta is currently working towards building those resources and that infrastructure. Once we achieve that and create a stronger network of support, especially for young people, that Atlanta's potential will be mostly, if not fully, realized.
I promise
I promise
I promise
to use my power to amplify the voices of the unheard,
to be kind and help others,
to use my voice to call attention to injustice,
to support organizations that are doing the work,
to do my best in school,
to ensure everyone has equal access to opportunities,
to give my time to make a positive impact.
To use my power to make a greater Atlanta.
Join United Way of Greater Atlanta in activating the power of promise. The promise of equality and freedom. The promise of a community united in purpose and mission. The promise of a child born with pure potential, unrestricted by circumstance and situation. The promise of a life well lived. The promise of a greater Atlanta for everyone.